couple quarters and a half before we really get anything going offensively. And when we did, we broke down in the scoring zone. They made a lot of plays down there. We didn't. Battled a little bit on defense, gave up some big plays. But, stats where I looked a little close except for the scoreboard, and that's the one that counts. And the real difference, their ability to run the ball and our inability to run the ball.
The Hoosiers have a tough time converting in the red zone as they become ineligible for a bowl game after a season with increased expectations.
This is definitely not the season I predicted or that our team hoped for. But I know I love my teammates, and I love all the guys around me, and I know that we fight hard, and I can only hope and pray that next season that everything gets worked out and everything gets fixed. But I got one of the biggest games of my career coming up to get that bucket back in Bloomington where it belongs, and that's the only thing on my mind from here on out.
Absolutely, everybody wants to come in. Nobody says to themselves we're not going to be a bowl team. So we come in with the mindset to be a bowl team, and unfortunately that's out of the picture for this year. But we still have a bucket ahead of us, and that's a big rivalry, probably the biggest rivalry that I know of as far as a player, and I'm part of that tradition. So tomorrow we're going to come out with the mindset to take a bucket home for the first time in 3 years.
It can be argued that the IU defense did what they had to do to keep the Hoosiers in the game.
Know what it was. Our defense did everything and more that we could have ever asked for in this game. Created turnovers, created some stops, gave us great field position all day, and I really don't know what was going on because we got in the score zone, we got in the 2-yard line, 4-yard line, and we just couldn't punch it in.
The inability for the Hoosiers to run the ball certainly put them in a tough position.
They're the number 3 team in the nation. They're really, really good. I don't know if the climate had anything to do with the run game or making blocks or anything like that, but there's really no excuses. If we can't get the run game going, we really don't have an opportunity to win the game.
For 2 weeks in a row, we kind of started off slow, and the lead was 14-0, 21-0, and with something like that, you really can't establish a running game when you have to play catch-up. So it's difficult to even start a running game when you have to play catch-up.
The final week of the 2013 season is an important one for this IU football team.
Very important. Last game of the season, last game for some people forever. And I think we want to take those players out because, we were the start of Coach Wilson, and he's taking care of us, and we've learned to grow and adapt as a team. And I had, my big brother Steve, he came in with me as a freshman, but he's JUCO, so this will be his last year. So this is going to be a rough week as far as emotionally, but physically we need to come out, take care of business, and prepare for the team we have in front of us.
The guys that on the end of their eligibility, Bolser, DeWeese Wilson, Kofi Hughes, Stephen Houston, those guys have been right. Greg Heben, Mitch Ewald. I got a lot of respect. And what I told them is we're going to have the best week in my 3 years this next week. And we're going to coach the best. I need them to play their best. We have an opportunity to play a rival. We don't have an opportunity to play the bowl game. We did address that. I said, okay, now we don't have a chance to be a bowl. I've never said we're going to be one. But I said, now we don't have that. But we do have the opportunity. And a lot of teams in college don't have a strong rival. We do have a great, strong rival in Purdue. It's a trophy game. It's the last game of the year. I want to have my best week as a coach and put our kids in position to have the best week they can, see if we can get the 5, see if we can get 3 conference wins, and see if we can play well and play as well as we can, and see if they'll be good enough to get us a victory for these guys in their last go.
From Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio, Nolan Blair, allhoosiers.com.